bruises from time to time, back and forth, and out the hospital, got bullied in school and all that stuff. So I wrote this song, and in the ninth hour, we were about to mix and master the song. Somebody said, hey, tell that story that you went through when you were a kid that I sort of kind of shied away from. I told this story years later, and I was doing an interview in Louisville, Kentucky, and they played the song like a Make It or Break It. If the song is good, we'll play it. If it's not good, we won't play it. They played the song, the phones lit up. I didn't know that it was a setup by God, I say. There was a little kid, his name was 7, and he was 10 years old. And he had a colostomy bag. And I didn't even know why I put this story there. I just said, I'm just going to tell a story that happened years ago. Told the story about myself, and this song played on the radio, and the phones lit up. And come to find out that this little kid, 7, parents went to the grocery store. He had been getting bullied in school and all that good stuff. And he didn't want to go to school on Monday. He hung and killed himself.
I heard that.
Yeah. And it like broke my heart. But at the same time, it allowed me to know the whole meaning of putting my testimony in this song. And so the song started catching on like wildfire. Right now it's in the top 10 on Billboard. I've done a lot of music. I've connected with a lot of people. I won Grammy Award. I produced with the Blind Boys of Alabama. My nephew played bass for Bruno Mars. I grew up with some of the guys you guys probably don't know, but Casey and JoJo Jodeci. Drew Hill is from Baltimore. I've done a lot of stuff. I died twice. I had open heart surgery and died twice. My parents had diabetes. My mom had high blood pressure. So doing music was like Connor said, it was like that thing that like made me feel great. You know, I've been doing music all my life. When I was a little boy, I did not do a lot of things that the other kids did, like play football and basketball. My mother and father protected me. Long story short, all of these other organizations have reached out to me. You know, after dying twice and having open heart surgery, the Heart Association, they reached out to me, but it just didn't pull on me enough to be a part of it. And after hearing this little kid 7's story, and then my wife pulled up information about UOAA. I said, nobody talking about this colostomy bag. Nobody. I hear nothing about this, you know. And she said, hey, here's an organization. And we were like, really? Nobody's talking. So we started talking because back home I take care. When the contracts were big in music, I got into assisted living. I love people. I just love people. So we have over 23 units in Maryland where we take care of seniors and elderly, mentally ill and all. So I said, wow, nobody's talking about this ostomy stuff. And she did the research and we contacted them and we said we have to bring more awareness to this, you know. I think it's a great cause. I think that people just need to know that there's hope, there's help out there, that yes, you can live, you know, you can make it through it. When I was a little kid, my parents sheltered me. I thought, you know, this was the end, like Connor said. So when I see young guys like this, and now I'm old, but when I see young guys like this, it reminds me of me as a child. I'm very impressed that he found something that really makes him excited and that he wants to do. And that was me. My G.I. Joe man, or my plan was pushing my mom's shoe boxes around the house with all of her makeup little boxes and all that. That was the speakers, and we used to use Monopoly money as the promoter to get paid. And we used to take the encyclopedia and tear up paper and lift the paper up and drop it down. That was the crowd howling and screaming. And we would take the shoe boxes, and my brothers and I, we would push them around the house and go from concert to concert. Hey, we at Carnegie Hall tonight, you know? So that was my plan, but I remember so many times sitting at the window pane just watching my brothers play basketball and football and falling, and every time I would try to go out and play and all that, my mom was, you can't go out there, you know, and I didn't know what how sick I really was. I had about 6 or 7 different operations in the African American world, especially the Baptist church. My mom and grandma, they believe in the power of prayer. You know, that's all we had. I was the only survivor out of my family, out of 30 grandkids. I was the only one not knocking what anyone do or what have you, but wasn't a gangbanger, wasn't a drug addict, or wasn't a drunk or what have you. The TV series, The Wire, that comes on TV, that was written about my family, the Boxdales. Wow. So I was the only survivor, and it was sort of kind of like my grandma said, I was always covered. Certain things I just didn't get into, I just didn't do. And you guys watch the news, that's amazing for a young kid this day and age, you know, to not get into the jail stuff and all that's going on. So I'm just so delighted to be a part. I'm just so delighted. We've been to, when I seen the team the last time when they were setting all this up, we had did 22 cities across the country, radio and TV and concerts, just bringing more awareness to UOAA and about the Ostomy move. Since that time, we have done about 36 more regions. Since that time, I was at a concert last night, and I mean, mess up the name, Hitchcock, New Jersey, or some part of New Jersey. The lady walks up to me, she says, hey, I just seen you on TV Sunday, and my mom seen you Saturday. I did not know I was going to see you here. And I'm grateful that you said something about the ostomy. I'm a nurse at a hospital, and I need something, and I have pamphlets, and I'm passing out, letting people know, because there's so many stories out there, and it's amazing how your story or your situation can happen today and touch someone's life 20 years from now. And I always say you're either about to go in a storm, or you are in a storm, or coming out of a storm, whatever your storm may be. But one thing I know that from getting educated through UOAA and learning more about ostomy, we can live through it. You know, you just have to have the hope and the courage and to keep fighting and to keep pushing. So I don't drive race cars, but I write music, and some of the songs. This song was #1 when I went through it. It's just like someone's talking to me. The song says, I won't be defeated. Oh no, I won't give up now, 'cause I come too far to let my problems get me down. You know, those are words that comes to me. So whatever your problems are, or whatever your situation may be, you know, just don't be defeated, you know. And then I have a new song, like I said, it's in the top 10, and it's called It Will Be Alright, It Will Be Alright. God's gonna turn things around for me. It will be alright, it will be alright. You just wait and you'll see. Now, the reason why I wrote the last part, you just wait and see, because all the people that are doubting us, you know, that's saying, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that, if they just wait a while, they will see that we're going to still be here, we're going to continue to do what we do, and we're going to see them at the top. So I love you guys. I appreciate what you guys are doing and bringing more and more awareness to this. I think is very, very important. I met a guy in so many places I might call the wrong city, but I met a guy. I want to say Columbus, Georgia. He was a manager of a store, and he went to make a drop at the bank, and some guys seen him, and they shot him up. And he came to my concert. He didn't even know that he was going to run into me. He came to my, he said he had to see me. I brought him behind stage to find out that he had 2 pouches from getting shot. And he just cried and we talked. I met another guy in Nashville, a family, where they said, if my son, the father talked to the son, the mom, the brother, the sister, and the son was going to go for an ostomy operation, and he refused to have it. And I sit and spoke to him at the table, and he died. I sit and talked to him at the table. The father said, had I met you and knew that all of this information was out there and that you had came to speak to my son, he would still be living, I believe. So it's good to spread the word. It's good to get the information out there. And you never know. We all have smiles on our face. We all look great. I'm looking at you guys today. Makeup on, look good. My friend Tommy over here, he got his tie on. He looks real cool. But a lot of time we have those sad moments when we're alone. We have those up times, those down times. But just continue to make the best out of life, because there are people that don't have ostomy that are going through so many other things, But we have to be a great encouragement to each other and to push each other. Because if you can make it to the next day, guess what? You can make it to the next day, and you can make it to the next day, and that's just what I believe. So I want everybody to look at your neighbor, say, neighbor. Have you ever been to church? That's what they do in church. Hey, neighbor, it will be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
Now, there are some other great singers in here, right? Are there other great singers in here? Say, it will be all right.
It will be all right.
All right.
That
Love
was
you
an
guys.
awesome lead-in.
Thank you.
So thank you for that wonderful lead-in to our Phoenix. So what the Phoenix does is it rises from the ashes. Whether the ashes be a wound, a pain, a sadness, a grief, that hand in hand, we're going to do this. We're going to rise above, and we're going to keep moving forward. So thank you all for being here. That's our art project for today. Thank you, Lauren, for doing our outline. And if anybody still wants to get their hand on there, there's still time.